Good morning, you're watching Breakfast at Dawn, and we have with us in the studio some very eminent guests. We have Mr. Jalil, who's representing the MQM, and we have Professor Ghafoor, who's the Vice President of Jamaaat Islami. Good morning, sirs. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for coming in.
It's
a pleasure. Thank you for coming in. Do continue to send us your SMSs. If you have questions, comments, queries, please send them. The number is 6622. The format's DBD space, message space, name and location. Please keep them short so that they don't get lost in technology.
Thank you. Sir, the situation right now, as far as Pakistan is concerned, is very volatile politically. Yesterday there was a delegation of the MQM that went and visited Benazir. Where are we? Where do you think, what is the status right now?
Well, you're quite right that the political situation is very volatile, and that's why we are trying to diffuse the situation. MQM as a party believes in reconciliation, conciliation, and living side by side with other political parties who have divergent views. And that's why we have taken this step to go and meet with the People's Party's leadership, so that there is an atmosphere of live and let live in this country. And that is the only way of taking this country forward.
And how did the meeting go yesterday?
Well, it went very well, because this was basically a courtesy call, and we are glad that People's Party was ready to receive us, to listen to us. This was not a political meeting as such.
Professor, over history we've seen a lot of reconciliatory meetings, we've seen a lot of reconciliations, alliances, a lot of peaceful talks, a lot of parties saying we are a peaceful party, but we have never really come to even medium-term reconciliation or alliance. Why is that, and is it time that we maybe actually be able to achieve that, do you think?
I think there are very, even now the reconciliation steps have been going on, and you know that there is one alliance, ARD, main party, People's Party and Muslim League, APDM, the combination of 39 parties, and MMA, a combination of 6 religious parties. So there has been conciliation between the political parties. I think maybe have differences, but we are not conflicting each other.
Sure, but all these conciliations and alliances are short-lived. We keep going back to square one every few years, and it looks like we've come full circle again.
You see, MMA has been going on for the last about 10 years.
But in the history of a nation, 10 years is nothing. In the history of politics,
there have been 32 years martial law in the country.
Do you think that's fair? Maybe we keep accusing the martial law for this, but has the political movement, has the political force actually reconciled and created strong opinions and sides, so we don't have these divides and all this? I don't know how to say it. We've just been divided for so long, and we keep talking about these reconciliations every few years, and we're doing it all over again.
Well, you are right, absolutely. As far as martial law is concerned, yes, we had martial law in this country for about 30 years or so, which was very bad for this country. But this reconciliation on permanent basis, accepting, you see, one another, this is the basic thing which we must do. We do not tend to accept the views of one political party or the other political party. We go to extremes.
Right.
We form alliances and then we break them. Look at MMA, for example. MMA, yes, it was a good move to have this alliance, but the differences which have cropped up recently.
But my question is, now you are basically saying you want to reconcile with People's Party, the same party you were so up against, and now you want to reconcile with them. And how long will this reconciliation work? Back to square one?
We have taken this step on our own, without anybody's advice, without People's Party taking any initiative. We have initiated it, and because we believe that reconciliation and accepting other...
So can we hope that this reconciliation would be a long-term one and not just for 2007 elections?
No, this is not an election alliance. And we have...
Now that is unfair to say. All these alliances are really just election alliances for 2007.
Well, we are on record to say that we will not enter into any election alliance as far as the
I'm sorry, we have with us a guest. We have Mr. Shah Mahmood Qureshi, who's from the PPP Punjab. We're going to be speaking to him. He's joining us in our Lahore studios. Good morning, Zee. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
So, Sahab, we were asking Professor Ghafoor Sahab and Jalil Sahab that, we have these alliances and reconciliations every few years whenever there's political weakness and whenever somebody needs to gain power, whenever there's election. But there's nothing which is sustainable, there's nothing which lasts even medium term. How long will this country just keep going into this vicious cycle over and over again? I mean, 2007, unfortunately, looks like we've come full circle. Same people, same reconciliation, same election, same story.
See, politics is such a business that things don't remain static. Things have to keep moving. We've had experiences in the past which have not been very pleasant. That should not deter us for forming an understanding which is good for the country, which brings in stability, political stability, and which ensures a smooth transition to democracy.
Jalil, what do you think? I mean, it's easy to say it's a political process, it's the need of politics, yes, but what about the nation? There are 160 million people following these 4 or 5 political parties. We keep waiting, roti, kapra and makan, we keep waiting, rozgar, we keep waiting, mere gaon mein bijli aayegi, we keep waiting, road banegi. Nothing has happened.
This is most unfortunate that
if you allow the democratic process to continue, then only can the people play an effective role. Now, if you give the people a chance to vote people in and vote people out through a fair election, then only will they become effective, and then only will politicians become accountable for them.
Okay, Shah Sahab.
Okay.
No, I will say that I'll beg to differ partially with Shah Mahmood Qureshi Sahab on this. We have had the opportunity of civilian government maybe for 5 years at one time, or 6 years, 3 years. But the politicians, I must admit this, I must confess, have failed to deliver during these periods
over and over again.
Yes.
Finally, a comment.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. It's easy to keep pointing fingers.
Unless we accept our mistakes, we will not be able to mend our ways.
Right.
So that's what we must do.
Right.
Now, this NRO, is it NRO?
The National Reconciliation Ordinance.
Now, NRO, people say that there was this thing, something like this in South Africa. Yes, but it was very different. That was national reconciliation, truth and...
it was truth and reconciliation, where you had to admit your crime.
You had to admit your crime.
Right.
And after you admit your crime, then the people or the government or that forum pardons you, give you pardon. Here we are not admitting our crime. This is a big difference.
We're really getting a blanket excuse for whatever we've done, and that's fine.
Is it fair to say that you are against the NRO? Do you oppose the NRO?
What I'm saying is that the NRO should have been slightly different than what it is. People should have been asked to admit their crime,
right,
so that the nation could know that these crimes were committed and the nation could pardon them. Here